next episode of Music Musings. It's me, Derek. I am back.
Yeah, we're okay now.
Yeah, we squashed the beef.
We squashed the beef. You guys don't have to worry.
We all know which side is better.
Wait, what? we're going to continue it. Okay, all right. We'll circle back to that.
We'll come
circle
back
to that. Okay, all right.
So, all kidding aside, because that was completely a joke. Both just very busy time. But Pat, that was a great episode.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
It was interesting. And just a quick note, as I was telling different people, it's a lot harder because I'm usually there's a little banter back and forth, and that helps keep the conversation going. I was like, okay, no Derek to help me guide this, but
yeah, what, you had it.
Appreciate
had it by
it.
yourself. I respect you. I don't know how I'm going to do it by myself.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird just talking to myself.
Yeah, you gotta power through it and lean into the awkwardness. That's how I.
All right.
I don't know. All right. We're
I'll try it out. And if I delete it, then
all right. That's
if it never makes it, then there you go. So anyway, very excited about today's episode. As always, very excited. Today's episode, as you could probably hear, we are not in the safe confines of either of our apartments or on Riverside, our Lord and Savior. We are
our Lord
in
and Savior.
One of our favorite bars in Queens, which is where we live. Focal Brewery. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Giving us the finest brews.
Ah, man, I love it.
And really we just decided to try something different.
Try it, yeah.
And hopefully the background ambiance adds to this podcast a little bit.
Yeah, give a little something different.
Or this episode will get deleted and it will never see the light of day.
All right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, there you go. At least we're close to a beer, so we'll be all right right after.
Anyway, people are looking at us weird because we're wearing headphones inside a bar, but that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And we're obviously have our
we'll get some
laptops
fans
out.
afterwards, We'll tell them all about it.
Yeah.
But today's episode, we are talking about, which I'm really excited about, soundtracks in music, in some of the movies that we've seen in the last, decade or so, and even further back. And talking about why they're so important and so impactful to the movies that we watch. And this is a really interesting topic because a lot of, you don't really think about soundtracks when you're listening to, or not listening, when you're watching these movies. It's something you have to really think about after the fact, and think about how the music adds to the scenes, the emotion of those movies that you're watching. So why don't you start, Pat, kind of talking a little bit about, soundtracks, what they are, and the importance of it behind it.
So, like you just said, they are adding to a film's, in terms of either moving the plot along or to explain a story or a scene or a character's thoughts. A soundtrack is recording just the music elements of either songs that are played in the movie or themes that are played in the background. It has different ranges. But majority of it, in my opinion, and some of us would agree, it's more about world building. It's about emotional understanding. Like, there's so much that happens in soundtracks. And within movies alone, they play such a vital role in when even no conversation is happening and an actor is just either looking at something or talking or just listening, the music plays a feeling into that moment. It fits a pocket where we're like, what are they thinking? Oh, something's brooding, something's changing, something's building, something's developing. And it gives us these little cues to pay attention or to feel what the director, the whole team, or the film is trying to portray. And we're going to try to understand that. And, well, also, not understand that, but more like appreciating. Like, I think for most of us, it's always there in the movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of us, I think most of us might take it for granted. Unless it's like some super popular track that's supposed to be the key to the movie. But for the most part, I think they play such a vital role in storytelling. And I think that's important. Like, setting the tone, like enhancing the pace, character building, or revealing, it's very impactful. And I think we should just, I think, take a good moment to appreciate whatever film or movies you've enjoyed your life. Try to rewatch them again and listen to the music. Do they add to the scene, or do they amplify it? That's just like, what are we trying to do with like music? Is always emotional humanity like expression, but it's so impactful. And I think we talked about in the last episode with lyrics that you can have music without any lyrics, and it can shift and change, or if anything, amplify the experience. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, and we'll talk about this, and I know we both enjoy this movie a lot. Thinking of that movie Inception.
Oh yeah,
with Hans Zimmer.
Oh yeah.
The first thing when I think of that movie is not really the visual aspect of it, which by alone is incredible.
Yeah,
it's the soundtrack, and it's the emotional impact that music brings to that film.
Yeah.
It's just it has such depth and complexity that adds to the scenes in that movie, which, by the way, that movie is also complex. There's layers to it.
Right.
And I think the music, like you said, really adds another layer. And I truly think that without the music, it would be hard to understand the true meaning of Inception.
Right. And actually, speaking of Inception, there was a specific scene where I think it's Leo was kind of explaining his character was trying to explain the whole dream sequence as the worlds were like changing, and there was like an orchestra, like I don't know what song it was, but it built such an anticipation of that, like it described what it feels like, lucid dreaming, where you can kind of somewhat control what you're doing or in your sleep, and that experience of like, if you can control it, what would it feel like? What would be the sound? And there was such a orchestral build-up. I can't even like really put into words, but it felt like freedom, if that made sense. And what Hans Zimmer and his team did, and we will talk about him a lot, he does such a great job of taking in an emotion and maximizing it and making us feel all the things that we're probably going to, not say forget about, but sometimes neglect, and he just takes it he just maximizes it.
Yeah, and I want to, with Hans Zimmer too, because he's such a wonderful composer.
Yeah.
And he thinks outside the box. A lot of what he did, especially with the strings in that composition, is he used like the violins in unique ways. So, for example, there was a piece in the song, it was towards the end, I think it was one of the final scenes, and there's a song where he has the violins actually tap with their bows on the end against the wood, the body of the violins, to make it a very unique violin sound.
Right.
Or not violin sound, but like a very unique sound that is normally not produced with violins.
Right.
And so he, that's just one aspect of what he can do. He thinks outside the box to create these unique sounds that will really add texture to the music and create a sense of emotion, like you said, to the film or the scene that he's working on.
Right. And I think that not even knowing about the violin element, it's just, yet again, it just kind of, literally probably one of the best musical composers in film and movies. I'd say probably he's in the top 5 of all time. If we have to like look at like composers in film and movies, if he's not in top 5, I'd be very, very shocked.
Yeah, if we were doing like a MySpace top 8, he would be my number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, same.
He would be up there.
Homie Hans, there we go.
He's one of my boys that
it's the homie.
I go to if I need to write a film.
Right, yeah.
As one does, every day.
Yeah.
As 5 Towns College.
Sponsored by them or not sponsored by them?
Sponsored.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back.
Okay.
We were kind of going all over the place.
Yeah, sure.
And I want to kind of dig into. You talked a lot about how these compositions really set the tone.
Yeah.
Guides the emotion.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back even to like early films where they didn't even have really microphones. Like the technology wasn't even there.
Right.
They used to have to do it live with orchestras and record it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where they didn't even have like way to record words yet. Right. It was all music.
Right.
And so this really kind of nails it in the coffin. I don't know why I'm saying that phrase, but I am.
Yeah.
Yes, like the music literally it drives the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I think even more so, and somebody can fight me on this, than the actors at times. At times.
I see what you're saying.
Not always, of course.
Right. And, well, all right, I will say this. And you're right in the sense that, I mean, I'm not willing to throw hands with someone, but...
Well, if you did, you would win because you're skillfully trained. So
well, that's topic for another day. But
catch us on the next.
Yeah, exactly. Next episode. But anyway,
styles.
but nonetheless, it's really cool that like there is I reference one of my favorite movies, Lethal Weapon, and Eric Clapton was one of the main like elements in terms of the music for that film. And it has a lot of 80s jazz, blues, sax, which I have a soft spot for. And there was a scene where Danny Glover's character was just sitting there watching a tape, doing a little research, and he didn't say a word. But just because of how the saxophone's playing,
Yeah.
the bass, Danny Glover didn't say anything in that whole scene. And you felt the emotions he was going through. No words. He barely made facial movements. He was just looking, and we're looking at him, and I'm feeling exactly what he's probably thinking or feeling.
And that's what I mean. It's you don't need anything else sometimes when there's just that perfectly composed element of music.
Yeah.
And really good acting.
That's true.
Without, words.
Yes.
You don't need anything more. You don't need words in place. It is being communicated through the music.
Right.
And that segues us nicely into, and I think this was a question you had of, think about a scene from a movie you love.
Okay.
Now think about what that scene would be like without the music. So I don't know if you have any that comes to mind.
Okay. I do.
Okay.
And there would be, we're going to go back to our boy, homie Hans. In the movie Interstellar.
Number one.
Yeah, you're for real. When Matthew McConaughey's character realizes how much time he's lost in that water world and like a decade or so passed, and he's got to watch like all these videos of his children giving him updates about what happened in those years that he lost. But it only was an hour to him, but it was like a decade and a half on Earth. And he had to watch his children go through so much. There was just like this light piano playing. Now, granted, yes, Matthew McConaughey played a factor with his facial acting and acting in that scene, but that little pressing of the keys, it made you it made you feel the weight of time. Something that him and his team took for granted to some degree, but they had no choice. But that keys playing, just that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I felt, as much as I was trying to withhold my tears, everything, and I've watched this movie more than 10 times, and I know that's not very healthy, but every single time, once I hear that specific keys, I'm scared of whatever emotional range I'm about to be in right now. Just that little pressing of keys. The weight of whatever's about to happen hits you so much harder. And if you remove that from the scene,
There's nothing there.
there's not. It's not as. There's going to be nothing's there, but it would hit more. It would be more flat.
Right.
I guess would be the term.
That's interesting. I have a similar thought.
Okay.
And I know we were kind of talking about this on the way here.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking so much of a movie
Mm-hmm.
as much as a series.
Okay. Oh boy.
Stranger Things.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's go.
The music in that series is phenomenal. It's 80s retro, synth heavy, but the way the music is used
Right.
in certain scenes is genius. The composer, it's Kyle Dixon.
Yeah,
was
but
his
I
name.
haven't. I was. Here's the. And for everyone who doesn't know, I have not yet seen Stranger Things, and I know that. If you see Derek's face, he's kind of like shocked.
See Dark's face on the
You
podcast.
can't. But
We'll
you
send a
can,
picture.
there's, yeah. I know. We'll take a picture and show you guys what it looks like. But yes, no, I have not. And yet, I've heard so many different like playlists regarding Stranger Things, and some of those songs are in my rotation to this day. Just let's use the most recent one, Katie Bush, I think it was. If what's the name of that song with
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush, correction, right? It's Kate Bush.
Yeah.
If we swap places, I can't remember. It's in my head right now, but it's in my playlist, and it's such. I mean, granted, the song came out in the '80s.
Running Up That Hill.
Running Up the Hill. Thank you very much. And it was such a. I'm like, it's such a beautiful song, mind you. It came out in the '80s, and there was such a resurgence on.
Well, because of that.
Yeah, because of the Stranger Things. It was such a resurgence on Spotify and Apple Music and streaming platforms because people were like, "This is such a great song," and it is.
Yeah.
It is a great song. It like I haven't seen Stranger Things, but that song, listening to it, I have that goosebumps thing I always talk about. It's just great. So
But see, and I don't want to cut you off.
No, please, go on,
But
please.
this kind of goes to my point where, because that song in the series has such an important impact to
really?
one specific character.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to not
because you don't want to
spoil things.
Yeah.
But this was more season 4, so if you haven't seen season 4 yet, it's on you.
All right.
But
Yeah, go for
no,
it.
I'm not gonna be that guy. Maybe people haven't. But that song has such an impact for one specific character about
Okay.
getting away from the main villain. Is all I'm really gonna say. Like,
Okay.
without that song playing, this
The scene would fall
character,
apart. The scene would fall apart if it without.
yeah,
that scene.
it would mean the scene wouldn't really make sense
Mm.
for this character, because literally this song saves this character, like literally saves them. And it's still, if you haven't watched season 5 yet, I'm not going to say anything. But it's played again in season 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a different meaning now in season 5. So again, it's like how these songs are used. And although yes, the composer who works for Stranger Things did not compose the song, of course.
Right.
This was already a song. But I guess the way it was used within the series, right, had an impact on the characters and the story.
Right.
But to go back to like what I was saying with just the music in general of Stranger Things, there's literally music for each one of not each one of the characters, but like the main villain has a character,
Right.
has a soundtrack,
Right.
and you know when you hear that
Yeah.
he's coming or he's close or something bad's gonna happen, right?
Interesting.
And I'm thinking of those scenes where Vecna is close. Without that music, the scenes would be very boring.
Yeah.
Like there's visual cues
Yeah.
that you know, like, okay, he's coming, but it'd be boring.
Right.
I wouldn't be as nervous about
Right.
something's about to happen.
Correct.
So to go back to that point of, the music, the soundtrack really has an emotional impact in what's about to happen. It kind of propels the film or the movie forward.
That's good. I like you said that they flipped it. They take it in one way, and in the next one they use the same thing but use it a different
Well,
way. That's interesting.
Okay,
Now I'm kind of you're selling me on this a little bit.
so I'm not giving it away.
Yeah. You don't have to. I'm listening.
It's interesting how they used it in season 5.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna say the thing. So season 4, right? The song was used where it would save this character,
Okay.
but in season 5, it's explained that the way it was used in season 4 to save her doesn't work anymore. So it's kind of sad now. It's a little sad.
Oh, that's crazy.
So they change
Yeah.
the emotional impact of this song because it no longer works to save you.
Wow, that's heavy. I love that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's all right. We'll see. We'll come back to if I will watch this.
So you gotta watch it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I know. Everyone's been talking to me like, you haven't seen it. It's been out for like 10
email
years.
musing podcast to get Pat to watch
Oh, boy.
Stranger Things.
Oh goodness gracious! All right. Well, we'll see. We'll come back to that. But yeah, like just like you just said, like the multi-use of a song, that right there is a fantastic use on the team and the director or whoever is in charge of that. That's really amazing that they're like, hey, you guys associate this in a good way. I'm gonna flip it, and now it's no longer going to be what you expect. That's really cool. I like that. And I have like another scene. I want to deter. There's a movie, Sicario. I think the director is Dennis Villeneuve. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. There was a specific scene on the highway where the main character, Emily Blunt, and Benicio del Toro were trying to get away. And obviously they're driving and they're hitting traffic and they're just trying to escape. But there's like this tension building. You're no matter what, you're uncomfortable. Just like they're uncomfortable.
Right.
And the situation, and it builds, like it gets a little louder.
So you're feeling
Right.
what that character's feeling.
And if anything, we're seeing things more. If anything, the movie mostly puts you in the viewpoint of Emily Blunt's character, and it did such a great job. Just that little scene alone, there's like this tension. It's just vibration, but it gets louder, and you just like it's unsettling. It's unsettling, and that's great. Like there's barely words. There's words being explained in that scene. But in between the words, you just seeing the characters looking, watching their background, but they feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
There's like a vibrating tension happening. And that's just great on the director and his team for using that element. Using that element, like you just said, to either cue the audience or to let the audience know, like, if the way how you feel, yeah, that's how these guys are feeling.
Right.
And now you're just like, you're just wanting this situation to be over, just like they want it over.
Right.
And it gives such a. I just want to give like a little bit of a like appreciation towards that. That's just very unique storytelling.
Yeah.
Through music. That's well done. I love that. But.
And I want to go into thinking about how some of these soundtracks that have made an impact, and then how they have really affected the success of some of these movies.
Right.
Because there are a lot of great examples out there, and there's just been a lot of really good soundtracks that I think without these soundtracks, I don't think these movies would have had the success that they had. And I have a few examples of this. So, interestingly enough, and I know we were talking about this a little bit on the way here, The Lion King.
Yeah.
1994, which I can't believe it's that old, but it is.
Yeah.
That means we are also very old.
Yeah.
Sadly. So, the original Lion King, which came out in 94, the composer was Hans Zimmer.
The homie.
Elton John.
Yeah, that was surprising.
And Tim Rice. Now, a lot of this film, the movie had a lot of heavy strings, but also Elton John, of course, with that single.
Yeah.
Just unforgettable. Like, you can still...
Yeah.
I can still hear the song in my head whenever I think of The Lion King.
Yeah.
And because of this, it really elevated the film's emotional depth. And I believe it helped it win some Oscars and truly become like a global phenomenon.
Yeah,
Like you can
cultural phenomenon.
You can talk to anyone; they'll know what the line is.
Yeah, and it's so magnetic because that's literally like a very centerpiece of childhood, and even as an adult, I don't want to watch the scene where Mufasa. I don't know if I want to. Yeah,
That's still tears.
yeah, exactly. See what I'm saying? I was what 6 at the time when I saw that. Maybe I'm a grown man, like, and
I still hate his brother,
Scar. Yeah.
What a complete jerk.
Yeah, I know. And we're not gonna. Yeah, no. Even that scene alone, I have to skip it. I'm an adult and I skip it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. It is what it is. It is what it is. I've made terms with
right.
what I am
You
right
accepted that Scar.
now. Yeah. We don't like Scar.
Is not a nice person.
No.
You can't curse on this podcast, but he's not a nice person.
No.
I have other words and some hands for him, if I could.
I don't know how that would work with a lion, but I don't want to
I'd
find
lose
out.
immediately, but
Yeah.
at least I put in effort.
Pride. And
Yeah.
I respect
Pride.
that.
Right.
There you go.
But anyway,
Yeah.
no, the music really truly makes,
Yeah.
and the use of not only strings but other world instruments that are not typically used.
There's a bit of African
Djembes,
percussions.
a lot of percussion instruments.
Yeah.
That are not typically used, but created a very strong sense of what that film was about,
Yeah.
and gave you a true sense of the setting of that film. So that's one example.
Yeah.
Another one we have here is Star Wars.
Oh.
I mean, you can say any Star Wars, but I have here A New Hope, which was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
That was 1977.
Yeah.
John Williams
Okay.
was the composer, and he was the one that created the main title theme for all of Star Wars,
Okay.
which created its identity,
Yeah.
right? Like
That's
you
true.
could play that opening theme, and I guarantee you anyone in the world will know what movies.
Yeah, where
That's gonna
it comes from, yeah. Or Vader's theme alone. You know, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Once you hear that, I don't care how strong you are, everybody's going to be very,
Once
very
I hear
nervous.
that, my
Yeah.
saber's coming out.
Yeah.
It's battle time.
You already know conversation's over,
Right.
and it may not go well for some people.
Words are done.
Words are done. The words you're going to hear is pleading words, but exactly.
Mostly from me, probably. Again, I'm not a fighter.
Yeah, neither. Well, I can't do anything against somebody that is literally like a mystical samurai with a electronic sword. There's nothing I can do.
Laser beams.
Yeah, exactly.
Technology.
I'm just look. It is what it is. I'm just
But you put the good fight in.
I mean,
So-
I'll try.
Right.
It'd be probably embarrassing. I'd be that one guy floating in space, and I'm
you
just gonna,
tried.
I'm just gonna be like, at least I tried.
Right. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but again, that main theme
You're right.
gave that movie its identity.
Right. Exactly.
And you don't need to see visuals. You play that, everyone's like, oh, it's Star Wars.
Yeah, like
I know what it is.
Yeah, if you play just the theme and you didn't give anyone context, I think you would still feel what is going on in that movie, even if you don't see it. Like if someone
Right.
just played certain themes,
Yeah.
you would immediately know. I don't know what's going on, but I feel uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling like a sense of something brooding is coming along. And that's like, obviously, like I said, it's amazing talent and skill from the composer and its team to illustrate feeling, or if anything, maximize feeling in a scene. Like there are some movies that don't do any type of music or whatever the case may be, and that's fine. But when you hear certain themes, certain background, certain percussions, or certain drums, or whatever the case may be, it explains so much, and it builds in layers so much, and I think that's wonderful. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I what you said about how it changes each scene,
Yeah.
you're absolutely correct. Like,
Right.
usually the music will always change first before the scene does. So you
Yep.
kind of get that foreshadowing that like something's coming, something's changing,
Right.
something's happening.
Yeah.
Because the music changed.
Right.
And it's just how you use the music
Right.
or how you compose it
Right.
really affects that scene.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the next movie on this
okay.
list,
All right.
Titanic.
Ooh.
My heart
boy.
will go on.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And as soon as my heart will go on, I just see them on the ship at the end of the ship with their arms out.
Yeah.
And,
All right. So, quick backstory. There are certain movies that I enjoy or that I love, but I will only watch it once.
uh-huh.
So, for example, if you ever seen the movie The Revenant
Yes.
in 2015, 2016, saw it once. Great movie. Can't watch it again. Too much. It's a very emotional, taxing movie. I saw it again recently, and yet again, don't need to see it again for another 10 years. Titanic, I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. I know all the emotional roller coasters that happen.
Right.
It's taxing on me.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's not any disrespect or any negative towards that. It's fantastic. And the song "The Heart Will Go On," that it hits. And
you got James Horner is the composer, and then you have Celine Dion singing that song,
yeah, that actually tracks. I forgot
which
she
is
did.
ridiculous singer.
Yeah,
So much emotion, so much talent, so much ability.
yeah,
And again, that song, I think the songs there added a lot to those romantic scenes,
yeah,
but also again made it very memorable to where anyone in the world can identify this movie just by that one song.
yeah.
They can identify, oh, that's from Titanic.
Yeah, exactly. And just because of all the music, like I said, I love it. I can't do it again. Just can't. It's just it's too much. And I don't want to put it in the same category as like Adele or certain things. There's just certain songs, certain films, certain movies that I'm like, I have to treat them very carefully. And because I have so much respect for them, of how much emotional impact they can have. And one of the main elements in it is the music. And I'm like, no.
Sorry, you said Adele, and
Yeah.
I thought of Bond.
Oh.
Skyfall.
One of my favorite Craig movies. I know people are controversial about Danny Craig as one of the best Bonds, but I'm saying it.
Well, they can fight us.
Yeah, they can. I mean, I'll try.
Talking to you, Sean Murphy.
Oh my god. The opening scene with music theme with Adele. I love that movie, but I almost skip that opening theme every time.
But here's a take. Here's a take on it, because I don't want to get too far from we're talking about composers here.
Yes.
I think there's another element of the singers or performers of the theme songs.
Yeah.
Right. That adds another level, I think, of emotional depth.
Okay.
Just because of their ability. Like if you think of, like Adele can just tap into any emotion and perform it. If that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Because I'm thinking also like Celine Dion also has that same ability of just she can just tap into a certain emotion and just get it out into a song and how she sings it. And you just immediately know like what is that feeling she's trying to get out.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's bring it back. We're talking about the composers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to go through this whole list because it's quite a list. But you know what I think we can do? We'll make a Spotify. I don't know why I said Spod. Spotify playlist of all of these top 10 theme songs for our podcast. And if any listener would like to listen to these soundtracks, they'll be on our podcast Spotify playlist.
Yes.
But a couple I want to hit. 2 more I want to hit. 3 more I want to hit.
Okay.
3 more. 4 more I want to hit.
Let's go for it. Yes,
Let's go for it. We're going to do 4.
Go for it.
I'm thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what?
I mean,
Say it. Go for it.
it's various artists, right?
Uh-huh.
But holy
Yeah, that's a great
70s, 80s,
range.
just pop hits
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, range.
Which really set the tone for that film of this is going to be fun, unique, because there's a little comedy in there. But it made the music part of each character's development,
Yes.
right? Like certain soundtracks, certain music was tied to each character. And I
Right.
love that.
Yeah.
Because you can identify not only the movie now, but if I play a certain song, I can identify a character from that movie just by the song that they identified with. And I love that about it. And side note, if you ever go to Disney World, go on Cosmic Rewind Guardians ride, because that is such a fun experience because you get to be the character
Oh yeah.
on this ride.
Oh yeah. And anyone that knows that I have a deep appreciation for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that was my song. September was played when I was on the ride. Now, obviously, I was screaming and singing at the same time. Don't know how.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah, I was. It was crazy, but it's also one of my favorite songs growing up, and I sang my heart out while screaming at the same time. I'm sorry for everyone that was on that ride. Your ears. That's on my. That's on me. That was on me. But
I mean, that's the entire fun of it. I mean, my soundtrack, which I got when I wrote it, was "Everybody Wants to Rule the World."
Ooh, good one. Sequel? No.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Guardians, each song now identified with a certain character. Then you go into, let's talk about Black Panther.
Ooh, Ludwig. Sorry, why am I pronouncing it wrong? Yes.
The mix of hip hop,
African sounds, percussions. Oh my, yeah. Oh, Black Panther was such a wonderful. Just first off, the album, which is wonderful. I think Kendrick Lamar spearheaded that one.
Yep.
And there was so much hip hop blended with African percussions, sounds, where there might be like vocalizing, like chants. There was so much happening in that, and it blended so wonderfully. It blended so well, and it was so good because it was obviously the soundtrack, but when you hear it, and I feel goosebumps. I feel inspired. I feel like, I'm like, this is great. It's like, it's energy building. You're like, yes. And everyone knows that chant that M'Baku does. Yeah. And wherever I hear it, it's like infectious. Like, it'll be with random friends. Someone will do it, and then the other person will do the response out of nowhere. It could be literally on the other side of the room, and you hear it. And we'll just, I'm not going to do it for the sake of the... I don't want to do the chant and make Derek forced to do the response. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, it's a very good job of mixing two different worlds where actually it's not two different worlds. One gave birth to the other one.
Yep.
So it fits organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you that was a really good one. That was a good one.
And then I think, I guess we'll do these last two.
Okay.
The Bodyguard, 1992. Whitney Houston.
Whitney. That's another person. Oh gosh.
And her, it's the song.
Yes.
I Will Always Love You.
Yes.
You could listen to that song and you know what movie exactly that ties to.
Yeah, Whitney. Oh my.
There's another performer, a singer.
Yeah.
Who adds, I think, another
layer of
depth to that film.
Yes, absolutely. Whitney, without a doubt, will maybe there's something in me because there's certain artists like I love them so much. I love them too much that I can't listen to them. Like it's like I know if I listen to Whitney's music right now, I'm goosebumps, emotions. They're coming, and it gives such a to the vocalist, the singer, of how wonderful they can do a great job, and I love that she's just one of those people.
Yeah.
Whatever you're feeling, you're gonna feel what I want you to feel.
Right.
And we're gonna go through this experience together. That's beautiful.
That's it.
That's what
she did her job.
Yeah, she did her job. I don't know.
Clocked out
like I did it. Dropped the mic, literally. Dropped the mic. I hope she did. She did in that recording booth. Just drop the mic. She didn't have to hold the mic.
They were
She
like,
just
"Don't
chose
do
to
that."
drop it. She's like, it's like $1,000. She's like, I don't care. It's
a lot of problems.
It's cultural moment. She's like, I'm Whitney. It's happening. Sorry,
Do whatever I
guys.
want.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And of course,
Yeah.
the last movie here.
Oh boy.
Jaws.
Yeah, that sound has.
You know what that sound is?
Yeah,
It's a minor second.
What?
For music nerds out there, it's a minor second.
Really?
So like C to C sharp.
Yeah.
It's just really close notes. That's all it is.
Just those two?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's all you
I
gotta
don't
do.
thought that was much. You're right. Now I hear
it's-
it. Now I
it's-
think about it.
it's- Of
Yeah.
course, they added strings and
Yeah, but no, just those two
just
elements.
notes. Very close together, two notes.
I thought it was a little bit more. Wow. Didn't even think about it.
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But John Williams, literally two notes, and you can identify an entire movie.
Everybody knows those two notes.
Yeah.
I don't even like those notes.
Right.
And I don't have anything against
That's all
C
you gotta do.
keys or anything like that. It's just, if you play now, if I hear it, if someone did that, I would be like, please don't.
It's
You bring
Jaws.
it back.
Where's the shark?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah, and I'm on land and I'm nervous.
But that was such that I think that movie was such a masterclass in suspense with music, because there would be moments in that movie where there's nothing, there's no sound other than water, which I loved. It would just be like the water splashing against the boat,
Yeah.
and then you hear some music in the background,
Yeah.
whether it was the da da
Yeah.
or like something else,
Yeah.
and you know it's about to go down.
Yeah.
You're either about to be food, or you're gonna shove a canister inside of a great white shark and try to blow it up.
Well, wonderful.
Which great
Yeah.
options for a
I
movie.
mean, great options.
That's all I want to see.
Hopefully the second one.
Right. I don't want to be food.
Yeah, no.
I would be if I were on that boat. I don't know how to swim, so I can doggy paddle.
that's better than me.
So you
I flail until someone helps me. Thank you, Andrew Shelby. Sorry, I said it.
just go right to the water.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
So we're okay. So water is our weakness. We
Yeah,
would not survive
100%.
at all.
100%.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's never go into the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so those were some of the big hits. I
Yeah.
think of soundtracks,
Yeah.
musics from the last decade or so, 20 years, kind of went all the way back to the 70s. I guess let's dive into the science behind the sounds.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and kind of the production side of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk a little bit about
Yeah.
how
So,
this works,
oh, yeah, here we go. I'm going to try not to be nerdy too much.
please do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try. All right. But when you're talking about production besides a
Sorry,
film,
man just walked in with a cat. I had to acknowledge that.
the one, okay. Yeah.
Sorry,
I was
go
going to, no, you're good. I was just eyeing that too. Yeah, so when you're talking about like production alongside a film or a movie, and it's interesting to see, and we're going to keep referencing back to the homie Hans. He always asks, I think he doesn't even ask to see the script or anything like that. He asks you to describe it. Just describe it. And he'll build. And he does an excellent job. Just like a lot of different composers. So, like, let's say you're going to build a song about, let's use Man of Steel Flight with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
There's so much, like, there's orchestra in there that's giving sense of, like, what is about to happen.
Right.
I'm not sure, but I have to take a chance.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm thinking about that from a producer, someone said to me, hey, make me a song where I feel like I'm about to take a dare. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I feel like it's my duty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking pads, I'm thinking certain instruments, I'm thinking certain things. And I think it's important that you're using risers, you're using some sort of a synth, just to build a layer of the track. And I don't want to get too technical, and I'm trying my best not to.
Yeah.
But using that to create a feeling. You want to have, like we can say, there's certain keys that we know that if you play that in certain form, whether you're talking about C, you're talking about E, you're talking about G, you play them in a certain way. You're feeling not happy, but you're okay. You're like, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna develop the confidence for that. So working with synths, working with basses, working with even a choir, to give it more of an experience.
Right.
I love that. It's like the ensemble about it. So as a producer, if you're developing all these type of things, and let's say they give you like a general idea what you're going for, then I'm good with just, okay, so I'm going to build, I'm going to pad, I'm going to layer, I'm going to have my bass. They're going to work in unison. And obviously you want to, make sure it's not heavy or pitched too low, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah.
But it's that balance that's wonderful. And when we're talking about like composers, whether they're using an orchestra, using live instruments, maybe they're using digital instruments like VSTs and plugins, or with a laptop, I think it's just about where you're trying to go with it. And right. I don't, and personally, I know this sounds strange. I love live instruments versus electronic ones or synths, even though that's what I do.
Yeah.
But when you have like a live instrument, like for example, Interstellar, Hans used a 19th century organ for that majority of the songs that we know.
Wow.
We're all associated with that album. That right there alone, because it has such a unique feeling to it, and it's so key to how we associate that song, not say song, but that album or project. Yeah. So it's when you have like production, it has to work alongside. And I agree with Hans. I mean, I'm not working on film, but the sense of, I'm not that. No, I'm not. But the fact that someone says like, if Pat, like, hey Pat, make me a song kind of like this, or I want to think that. That's all I need. Right. As I said before in the past, the only thing I think about is emotion, and I just try to maximize it or replicate it. That's it. And if you know what you're doing, you can get there.
Yeah.
And the more tools at your disposal, the more grandiose you can get with it.
Right. But I think, and we've said this in the past, where it doesn't matter the tools necessarily.
Yeah.
It's the person.
Correct.
Because you can have garbage equipment.
Yeah.
And I've heard artists make fantastic music.
Yeah.
But I think it's if you're a good artist and you know how to use the tools correctly,
right,
it just elevates.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, no, I agree with that. I think there's just more tools, more abilities coming out to composers that are lending more to these fantastic soundtracks that add depth, add complexity, or not, depending on what they want to do. And I guess it just makes their lives a little bit easier, depending on how they use these tools to create what they're trying to go for. So,
yeah, I agree with you that. But
now,
okay, go ahead.
I want to go into two. You touched upon this a little bit, like the sound design. Because what I hear a lot of now coming back is, and when I talk about sound design, I'm talking about instrumentation. And I think you mentioned this. There's a lot more like synth pads, kind of coming into the scene again. And not to say anything about this, Stranger Things. Loves synths. Good synths.
Don't get me wrong. I love synths, and I mean, it's if you use it right, they're wonderful tools. And it's even wonderful if you pair it with, my opinion, live instrument.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's just a personal preference.
Right.
But yeah, if you live instrument, as you said, bringing them in together with the synths, you can do a great job, which you can kind of like say about 80s.
Right.
Like they weren't the only ones, but they were the main ones. Start saying, this is going to be the sound.
Right.
This sounds like the future. And it does. It does sound futuristic. It does sound like, I'm not saying next worldly or space related or anything, but it does a great job. And as you said, like combining like in sound design, when you're using that with like instruments or like a bass or a piano, organic bass, or organ piano or anything like that, it just works well together. Especially, I mean, no offense, if you're using a synth, you should use live drums. And that I know that might be somewhat controversial, but that's just that's how I feel. I'll stay out of it.
I mean, we can throw hands.
Yeah, we can throw hands. Yeah.
I
it's just a preference. maybe because I'm just tired of hearing synthetic drums, because I do. But whenever I have the opportunity to listen to like live instruments from players with emotions, I'm like, oh god, this is music to me. Well, it is music to my ears, but
Right.
it is such a breath of fresh air compared to what I do. So, but I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were saying sound design and recording with like live instrumentation.
Yeah, and I think that because a lot of you listen to older films, the sound design was mostly focused around strings. With some like choir would be in there, or
Yeah.
they would have like a lead singer, and that's fantastic, and that
Yeah.
worked for many, many years, and it still works today
Yeah.
when you do it right. But I like hearing the aspect of trying new things,
Yeah.
and not necessarily like new. I guess this idea has been around, but let's add in some synths. Let's add in some like more electronic music
Right.
with real music.
Yeah.
Or not real instruments
Yeah, I know what you mean.
that they'll combine.
Right.
Like that fusion.
Yeah.
And also different styles.
Yeah.
Like it used to be more classically-esque
Yeah.
composed.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of films coming out there. Like I'm even thinking of the movie Baby Driver,
Oh yeah. That was
which
good.
had a very punk rock forward
Yeah.
soundtrack to go with it.
Yeah, that was going on.
Because it was an up-tempo,
Yeah.
very fast-paced movie,
Right.
which makes sense.
Right. Exactly.
So I think that needs to continue. Like explore more what you can do
right.
and try to find the identity of the movie through music and connect it.
Right.
Because I've seen it not work well. Like when they try to use old techniques like strings just because that always works.
Yeah.
I don't think it does. Like it doesn't always work.
I think it's you have to use it in the right scenario. You would definitely have to use it in the right scenario. String instruments, whether you're talking about violin or just any string, I think you have to be very particular. Very
Right.
particular. I agree with you on that. Like it's like in my music production, I'm very mindful with strings. I'm very, very mindful. Like I don't use them that often, but if I do, they're going to be a very important element. And I think I agree with you. I think some people just like, oh, I'm just going to do a string or whatever the case may be, and it'll work.
Right.
I'm like, no. I feel like I have such respect for certain instruments and how much value they can play in a song. I'm like, don't just do it. Like, be mindful. I would say, I agree with what you're saying. Just be mindful with what you're doing.
Right. And I think that it kind of goes into, again, and this is like all of the... This is all of the... goes back to the composer's role in all of this, which is they have to make all these decisions.
Yeah.
Not only are they writing the music, but they are thinking about how are we recording this and who are we recording this with.
Right.
So, for example, like they're thinking about, oh, I need to hire like real musicians, and that is that can be a challenge.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, you have options of virtual or digital. Now, even AI, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But it's more about, no, we're going to use real musicians because the sound is always better with real people actually playing that music.
Sure. I agree with you. I agree with that.
But again, this goes back to the composer's role of they need to figure all of this out. Not only write the music, but think about how are we actually going to voice this?
Yeah.
And what is this going to sound like?
Yeah.
This has to sound good.
Yeah, like if you're bringing in a bass player or a drummer or certain and this is something I think we could do this for another episode. The whole orchestra element in your drummer, the pianist, the bass, the cello, like the violinist, like all those people have to work in sync.
Yep.
Like we're talking about maybe 10 more people,
Yep.
and they have to maximize. First off, they have to know what they're doing. They have to understand what they're trying, what the composer's trying to tell them to go, or conductor, and also at the same time be ready to just take the song or take a film in a direction. And it takes a whole team. I think that's another thing that doesn't get as much recognition. When you have like a complete orchestra involved, that's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
The piano got to be on time. The drummer's got to work with the bass.
Yep.
Everybody's got to work within the roles they're in. And there are going to be elements at the time where you're not on the same piece. You're going to have to be a little bit more.
Right.
Like different players. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Are going to be playing more of an impact than the other, and still work in unison. I think that's really amazing. Like that's like now I'm thinking about it. Like how do they like just for film? Like hey, we're gonna create this.
Yeah.
As our homie Hans just consistently does with orchestra. Like
I know.
I don't know. Like no offense. How do you like? I don't even know. Because like when it comes to music producing, it's just me, and I might work with someone. I might hire someone, or I might work alongside with someone. It's like one or two at most.
Yeah.
But imagine 20 people.
No.
That's a lot. That's like directing in its own. It might like. I mean, is that?
But
weird?
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Essentially,
like, yeah.
right? You're doing more of the sound side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're in charge of all of those things. And now, I don't know all the specifics. There
Right.
might be, sometimes there's like a director of music.
Yeah.
So there might be other people involved.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's the composer.
Correct.
Like you are the one ultimately in control
Yeah.
of everything of that sound, that movie, or
Right.
whatever. So it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot.
And just shout out to anyone who does composing. Is just like in my eyes, you're a director. Yes, you're a director of sound, but that's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. Shout out to all of you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, it's just and I have an extra interesting question.
Oh, here we go.
The music that we think about in soundtracks, can they be standalone albums?
I mean, so what do you mean? So do you mean like can they just be their own album?
Yes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything can be its own album.
True.
But do you mean can they be a successful album by itself?
Yes. That's a good point. Yeah,
No.
No?
Not everyone.
Okay.
And to be fair, I think that's like any album anyway.
Right.
You need certain elements to make it successful.
Right.
So a couple of soundtracks come to mind that have been really successful, and I think they would be successful, and they are successful just on their own. I'm thinking about, recently,
Oh boy.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah, I was wondering who was going to bring
By
it up.
itself.
I was waiting for you to bring it
I mean, that album was on the top 10
up for like.
for, I think,
Was it
15 weeks.
Oh,
It just came off top 10. So it's been like 15 weeks. But I think because of the mix of, genres and
it's a combination.
instrumentation and
Yeah.
the voicing and
Yeah.
the singers and the compositions that they did, made that album extremely successful.
Right.
So I think it is possible.
Right.
But like any other album,
Yeah.
even if it's not part of a movie, it needs certain elements to make it really successful.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like, I was thinking about like certain. Yeah, this is gonna get a little wacky. I was thinking about certain like albums from the '90s. I know it's gonna go left field with this one. Remember Men in Black?
Yes.
There were certain soundtracks. I don't know why. I was a kid. I would, obviously saw the movie, loved the movie,
Yeah.
and I would just like buy the soundtracks like Men in Black, and I would just listen to it, and I'm just like, these are really good, like good songs.
On their own.
Like, and I was thinking about like, can they be standalone albums? Like, if they just like, let's just say, for example, there was no movie, they just released an album, and they called it Men in Black. Would it do as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think they have an element of the style, like
Yeah.
that pop style, and the lyrics and the catchiness,
Yes.
and the repetitive nature,
Yes,
which
that's
is linked to like pop songs.
Right.
I think they would do well just as songs by themselves. I don't think you necessarily need the movie. I think the movie helps in the way of like identifying what this album is.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
But if we're just talking about like a top 100 song,
Yeah.
you don't need something super. And we had this conversation before.
Yeah.
You don't need something super complex. It can be
Yes.
simple and be really successful.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of the movie Across the Universe, which was about the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
This came out in 2007. And they basically did their own rendition of Beatles songs
Okay.
throughout the decades. And I think, because I remember listening to the album by itself, and I think that album by itself, and I think it did do by itself very well. And I don't think it necessarily needed the movie
Yeah.
to help its success. I think
Okay.
it was so good, and the people they had singing on it, the bands they had playing on it, just kind of would lend itself to be a
Right.
good album by itself.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, to kind of sum up that question there, I don't think you need the movie. I think some of these albums or soundtracks can be standalone successful without anything.
And one last one, and I know we mentioned this before, and we both know how much we both have love for this duo. But Daft Punk's Tron Legacy album,
Oh,
yeah, that's like another one I think about that I'm like, yeah, that's standalone for me. That's
I mean, it's Daft Punk.
It's
So
Daft
anything
Punk.
they touch turns
Yeah.
to gold.
it's like, yeah, they're just, I don't know, they got the Midas touch. There we go. Yeah,
Without a question.
yeah, that,
You didn't have to say.
yeah, like,
We didn't
yeah,
have to talk about
yeah,
it. It's fine.
that's a no-brainer.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
So let's get into
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite music and why?
Okay. All right. Of all time,
Yeah, full time. Current.
it's, even though this is 10 years ago, I can't. I feel like Homie Hans is just the guy. I'm sorry. It's Interstellar. I'm sorry. I don't want to say anymore.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of that, like the musical scores, the songs, and that alone, I feel every single scene I've visually witnessed. I feel just listening. Like I said, I keep going back to time, but even though the movie's about a science fiction-esque, it's intimate. I feel more pride as a human, if that makes sense. It explores humanity. Emotion, and like the grandiose of the ever expanding thing that we're in the middle of right now. That's infinite. That's also expanding even further. I don't know how that works, but I'm on a blue dot right now with everyone. But it's it gives so much volume to what those characters was feeling, and I walked away from the movie and then listening to it right now.
Yeah.
I always feel the same exact thing. I'm like, it makes me feel proud to be human. I think that's how I feel about it. So that's why it's one of my top, if not number one, of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, what about you, sir? Let me hear what your.
So, shout out to my boy Zimmer again.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go. So, Interstellar also had a place in my heart.
Mhm.
It's up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that No Time to Die, Bond,
Craig's last movie as
Yeah.
Bond. Oh,
that was the soundtrack and the composition.
man. Okay.
Again, musically, the emotional depth,
Okay.
just worked so well for that film.
Okay.
And it was such a beautiful composition.
Mhm.
Along with that, Billie Eilish,
Oh, the opening theme.
yes,
Oh yeah.
was
Yeah.
like her. It was the perfect pick of where her vocals were
Mm-hmm.
just haunting, but unique enough
Yeah.
that it added such a
Layer.
dark touch to
Yeah.
this film, which is a great way to end
Yeah,
this.
yeah. No offense. That was that's a good point.
Right?
Because now looking, I mean, we're not going to spoil it, but watching that, I don't spoil it. But
It's been a few years.
yeah, I know. But you're right. Billie Eilish was an interesting person to choose. And actually, no offense, I was like, no, that'd have been perfect. It's actually a perfect choice. That was actually a perfect choice for that.
It was the right choice for that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's different. But then I heard it, I was like, I couldn't even think of anyone else.
And it adds such a, again, like, here it is. It's Bond. He's at the end.
Yeah.
He's an older gentleman now.
Yeah.
He's tired.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot. He's fought,
Yeah.
we're at the end of his story.
Yeah.
So
full on a lot of
the way
things.
this music was composed,
Yeah.
there's an underlining theme of it's dark. We're dark.
Yeah.
We're not happy anymore.
All
There's
right.
no, like, sexy danger.
Yeah, we're
it's
not like this. We're gonna travel. We're gonna drive nice cars and
No.
wear the fanciest suits.
I mean, he's still doing that.
He's still doing that, but he's like, I don't want to kind of do this anymore.
But it's like, we're at the end.
Yeah,
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
Exactly.
But it still pays homage to him,
Yes.
right? And it fits the Bond format for what the music should sound like.
Right.
But it just puts its own dark spin on it that
Right.
adds this emotional touch that I think is beautiful.
Yes.
And that's why I think it's one of my favorite soundtracks. And it got recognition.
Yes.
It won Academy Award,
Yeah.
Grammy Award. It also got, I think, a Golden Globe Award
Good.
for the musicality and also just the film itself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go again, but we both chose the same
Same guy, just different projects.
Zimmer.
Same guy. This
So-
guy is just he knows how to takes us to the level of different human emotions.
We'll have to have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Send him a quick email.
Reach out to him. Yeah.
Be nothing.
I'm sure he has time.
Right. So much time.
So much time. He's doing nothing, right? He's doing absolutely nothing. Been busy since like '94.
He actually needs our podcast to promote it. Right?
Yeah.
So
We're actually low-key sponsored by Hans.
we're actually looking for a paycheck from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Hans, help us out. Just kidding.
Break us a check real quick. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, I think that's gonna be today's episode.
Yeah.
It covered a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Big
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, it was. I was actually concerned if we're gonna have to come back for this one.
I was concerned about my computer and
Oh, well, that's
fitting
it.
all of this, but
Oh
we're
yeah,
there. It's
rendering.
fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Still
a
working.
challenge.
Hopefully,
I
it
love
gets
that.
out. But we'll definitely revisit this.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more to talk about. Definitely the aspect of also, singers, performers, how
Yeah.
they add
Yeah,
certain soundtracks.
yeah.
That can be a whole other podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, as always, stay tuned, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you have an idea for an intro or an outro that we could play on our show, please send to musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please email us at musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.